President Trump taking center stage tonight to deliver his highly anticipated State of the Union address. He will likely tout America's wins in his first year back in office with a spotlight on the economy and affordability. Fox Business' Darren Botello is live on Capitol Hill right now with a preview. Darren.
Hi, good morning, Maria. In just about 14 hours from now, the Capitol here will be packed with lawmakers, all for the president's address. You can expect him to talk about affordability and the cost of living, rising wages, manufacturing coming back to the U.S., an increase in energy production, and the drop we're seeing in prices for everyday items like eggs and even gas hovering around $2 a gallon in some states.
I think the president's going to lay out the things that are important, what's good in the economy, and there's a lot to be good about. And look, you know, energy alone, when gas at the pump is $2.25, below $3 nationally, that fuels the economy. So that means it's going to be better at the grocery store, going to be better getting to work, it's going to be better for farmers across the board.
And, of course, can't forget about housing. Look for the president to tout an aggressive new proposal to ban institutional investors from buying up single-family homes, a move that would wrestle the market back for individual buyers. He's also expected to tease new tax relief options specifically for homeowners struggling with the crunch. The pressure is on, though, Maria, and data really backs that up. Latest Fox News polling shows the public is practically screaming for economic focus. 19% of voters say jobs and the economy should be the top priority, and 17% are pointing directly toward inflation and prices.
The approval rating of a president, you know, fairly or unfairly, tends to be determined most by how people feel about the economy. And there's no doubt that right now, even though I think we've made a lot of progress in certain ways, the issue of affordability is a big one for people all across the country.
And Maria, bottom line here, this is a big opportunity for the president to get that message out there about all the economic wins before the midterms later this year. Maria?
All right, Darren, thank you so much. Darren Botello and Fox News has all the previews ahead of the President's State of the Union tonight. Don't miss live coverage kicking off at 5 p.m. Eastern. And, of course, we will be in Washington tomorrow morning with full analysis after the State of the Union to talk about the President's remarks. Cheryl, we've talked about it earlier. This is the 250th anniversary of America. The president will talk about that, as well as all of the success he's had in terms of getting jobs up, as well as wages up and inflation down.
And Fox News has done recent polling, and we asked Americans, what do you want to hear? What are the priorities that you want President Trump to focus on? 19% economy and jobs, 17% inflation and prices. That's the affordability message. And unite the country, 8%. Put America first, 8%. And we know, according to the White House, what this speech is going to be called. And it's, by the way, it's being drafted, according to sources that have seen the draft, being written by his normal speechwriter. He reviewed it over the weekend, reportedly. America at 250, strong, prosperous, and respected. And the theme will be exceptionalism, American exceptionalism, reasons that we should be proud of our nation and how strong we are as a country, whether it is militarily or if it is with our shared collective, and that is that we love the United States of America as we are about to celebrate 250 years.
Right, exactly. And you know what? There's more to come, Emily, because the president's key legislation, the big, beautiful bill, is going to mean higher tax returns for Americans and certainly impact the tax code for businesses everywhere. I've got a report this morning from Piper Sandler, Nancy Lazar, who's a friend and regular on this program. She writes this: real core income growth has already rebounded, and employment green shoots spell more upside. Stronger core income will lift overall spending with certain categories, particular beneficiaries, as outlined in today's report. She's talking about spending on fast food, cruises, physician services poised to strengthen. Non-durable goods like clothing, gasoline, recreational goods are likely to pick up as well. Your reaction?
Young people in particular are looking for that message of affordability and economic growth. And I can tell you that I think both political parties realize that millennials and Gen Z will be a massive, a dominant voting bloc in the 2028 election. And we saw just how much the votes of young people mattered in elections like Mamdani's in New York City, in Virginia, Abigail Spanberger's election, in New Jersey, Mikey Sherrill. So the votes of young people, they certainly matter. And as a reporter for Campus Reform, I can tell you that ahead of the midterm midterms in 2022 ahead of the 2024 presidential election. And even now, when I talk to young voters on college campuses, they're all shouting the same thing. We want affordability. So I hope the president really hones in on that tonight, specifically for young people.